Hello, it's Sebastian Danicic again. Now here's our first program involving array lists. So here is our public static void main. We've declared an array list called M, and here we're initializing it using the constructor. Using the constructor that we see here. Right now I'm saying m.add. So 1. So m.add1. I'm adding the object 1. In fact, it's the integer 1 to my list. Then I'm adding the string hello to my list. Then I'm adding the integer 4 to my list. Now I'm trying to print out my list, and this will do it properly provided that lists have got a sensible toString method. So if we run this, we should see the list with first 1, hello, and then 4 printed out. So let's try that program. So first I'll compile it, javac 1.java. Wait a little bit. Now I'll run it. And it's printed out, as we can see there, it's printed out the list 1, hello, 4. So let's just try some of these other functions. So the next one here is called add. So that's the one that we use. Now let's try this one where we add an element at a particular position in the list. So that one takes 2 parameters. So let's add at position 1, let's add a different string. So we'll say m.add. The first thing we need is a number, so let's put it at position 1, and let's put the string goodbye. So there we go, we put the string in quotes, close that. We save our file. We come here, we compile it again, and we run it. And now we can see at position 1, goodbye has appeared. So that's position 0, we've still got the 1, then we've got goodbye, then we've got hello, then we've got 4. So there we've used the add object, add with 2 parameters. So now let's try the addl method, where we give it a collection of things. So the first thing, let's create another list which is the same as the one we've got already. Well, to do that, we're going to use our constructor here, which takes a collection. So let's declare a list called something else. So let's say array list. Well, the easiest thing to do would be to copy this line and paste it there. So let's call this one, what should we call it, k, and make it a new array list m. So now m should have k should have exactly the same as m. So let's check out whether it does. Well, we can do that simply by saying println k. So now if we try that, it should print out the same list twice, once for m and once for k. So again, I'll compile it and I'll run it. There we are. So there's m being printed out here, and then k being printed out. So now let's try the addl method, which sticks one list on the end of the other. So how would we do that? We would say m.addl k, because it takes a collection as a parameter. A k is an array list, which is an example of a collection, and here, because again, as usual, because it's an instance method, we use the dot notation. So now if we print out m again, so we'll copy that, it should, well, what should it do? Well, we've added another copy of m to itself, so it should print out this list twice. So let's have a look. So we'll compile it again, and we'll run it. I didn't save it, sorry. Let's save it. Don't forget to save your file. I got worried then, I thought I'd done something wrong. So let's compile it and then run it. And here, this is the third thing we're printing out, which is M. Now we've added K to it. We've got 1 goodbye hello 4, 1 goodbye hello 4. So if we changed an element of K before we'd printed out M, then something different would have happened. So let's use the how do we change a particular element? Let's use the set. So let's set an element of K to a different value. So if we say K.set, now we want a particular position. So let's say position 2. Let's change that to Java or something like that. So we've set the 0, 1, so the third element, the thing at position 2, to Java. So now if we compile and run that program, let's see what happens. So now we can see here K has got Java in it where it had hello before, and now when we're appending the two lists together, the first time we have the hello because that comes from the M, and the second time we have the Java, and that because that comes from the K. So let's see another interesting one or useful one. So let's try the index of function. So let's say m dot index of 3. So let's say let's print that out. Save it. Compile it. Run it. It said -1. That's because I've wrongly, no, what's happened there is because index of returns the position of 3 in the list M. Well, as we can see, there isn't a 3 in the list M. So -1 means it's not there at all, because I wrongly put well, not necessarily wrongly, but I put a value that didn't occur in the list. Now if I change that to something sensible, something that is in the list, so for example, so for example, what is in the list? I could say 4. What happens? Now it says 3 because 0, 1, 2, 3. The 4 occurs. The first occurrence of 4 in this list is at position 3. So I could also now try the last index of, and it should give us this other occurrence of 4 here. Or we could do it with goodbye for it instead. So let's do last index of. So let's make this goodbye. And it says 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, for example, we could find the size of the list, which the size of M, which should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's try that. M dot size. So there is an example of using the different the different methods in the ArrayList class.